Welcome back to Pontus Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 6, Episode 1 of the Game of Thrones, and we are playing we're calling this season A Storm of Swords. We are on the first turn. We just did the setup. We're actually playing with the Dance with Dragons deck, so we've already got those decks passed out, but there was one thing I was looking at the rules here. It says that the neutral force tokens, when playing with Dance of Dragons scenario, we don't use a neutral force token on King's Landing. So we're going to take this one out. And then it also says when you set up the garrisons, use a 4 strength garrison for Storm's End and a 3 strength garrison for Old Town. And those are occupied by Baratheon and Tyrell, so that's what we're going to start with. So let's jump into round 1. We're also going to just pass out these. We've got the Raven goes to the High Garden, and Pike Greyjoy gets the sword, and the throne goes to Lannister. So that's where we're going to start. Before we jump into round 1, quick shout out to Pontus Fathom Press, our sponsor. Alchemy of Azathoth now available out there in the wild. Also, our new series with Impedance and Admittance and Desiring Machines, Artificial Psychology. Check out our podcast on Pontus Fathom Press, our other channel. You can also go check out our Patreon. For as little as $1, you can get digital versions of these books and other content. Get some insider information on upcoming paint-throughs and games, and as usual, liking and subscribing helps to grow the channel. Looking to get us to 1,000 subscribers, so thanks a lot for your guys' support. Okay, let's jump into the first round. I will grab the handy reference card here. We'll jump into it. The first one's always kind of the one that you've got to ramp up for. So one thing about the round sequence: Westeros phase, planning phase, action phase. In the first round, we skip our Westeros phase card. So we're going to jump right into the planning phase here. And as you guys can see, this version, we've used the setups for each of the regions. So Martell's got a good area of Sunspear down at the bottom. The Starks are in the central area, where you see Baratheon is actually up on the wall. Has some ships out in sea, plus Dragonstone. So Baratheon is very scattered forces, which kind of goes along with the theme of the novels at this point. Tyrell is kind of like in an alliance with Lannister. They've got the middle section, and then Greyjoy has like a raiding parties along the coast. So let's jump into the orders phase, or the planning phase. We'll sign orders, we'll reveal orders, and then we'll get into the actions. So I'll start out with the orders in order of the Iron Throne. Just kind of go through these. Okay, we got the Lannister orders placed. Next up, we'll go to the Tyrell orders. Okay, next up we're going to go to our Greyjoys. The Ironborn, as they call themselves. Next up, we will go to the Starks. The Starks setup. I've already gone ahead and set up all the round victory supply and influence from the setup round, and I also did go through the cards in detail. So if you want to go see how that's done, you could go check out the. You can go check that out in our video. Let's go ahead here and. Next up, we're going to go to the Baratheons, and then we will and then finally we'll go to Sunspear Martell. And then we'll jump into the reveal phase, and then we'll go into the action phase. Okay, so that should do it. We've got our orders to place. Let's go to activate the orders now. So activating the orders, we do the reveals. So let's go ahead and just do all the reveals, make it easier for us. And then we can go through them and action them one by one. And see how things turn out. So I think in this setup, it's interesting to me. One thing is that the Greyjoys really seem to be expanded. The Baratheons seem to be divided, right? Baratheons seems to be scattered. They're on the wall. And this kind of goes along with the cards. They've got Jon Snow and the Night's Watch members in the character cards for Baratheon. And then we also have the Starks are now actually kind of like the Boltons, right? So this is representing the time when it's already later in the Song of Ice and Fire. Okay, so we've got our reveal. We can use the Messenger Raven, and I guess that's, we can go ahead and use it. So House Tyrell will get to take a look at what the Messenger Raven is. Massing on the milk water, though, we'll just leave that there. Sounds fine. And let's get into our action phase. So let's resolve the raid orders first. We can go in order here, but we'll just kind of do it round robin, I guess. Raid order here. Let's take this raid order away from them. Greyjoy's raid. So this is removed. Greyjoy's raid. This is removed. Greyjoy's raid. No effect. Greyjoy's raid, no effect. And the Martell raids to here. Actually, they can raid to here, let's say. So that'll take the raid orders out of the picture. Let's go ahead next onto the resolve march orders and any combat. So let's have a march order from from River Run to Heron Hall. Actually, this one will be a march. We'll leave the Lannisters will leave behind a token. Look at my Lannister tokens here. They'll put a token here just to mark that, and they will go ahead and move into Seaguard. Right, so they'll march into Seaguard. They will next. We'll have. Where they can actually do a combat against the twins with the Greyjoys. So let's give them a combat there, and we'll just do it as a sort of a random here. So let's go ahead and we got 2 and 2, +1, 3 to 2, and then we reveal the Starks have got Ramsay Bolton for 3, so they have a 5, but they have Sir Jaime Lannister, and they have a retreat. So actually they're going to lose one of these and they will retreat back to here. So, and these guys will move into this one. Okay, so that's that. We'll move this piece back. So first, our first battle of the day. Next up, let's go to other march orders. We're going to have this Kingswood meet with here. They'll also leave behind a token for the claim of this area. And we'll have a march order for the reach to go back to Highgarden. This one will resolve. And then we will, we've done this march order. We'll also have these two marching to here with no combat. And we will have, this is resolved. There's no combat for this one. But we will move a ship here. And then we can do this march 1, 2, 3 to here. And they will leave behind a token as well from their pool. And lastly, we will do an attack of House Stark onto the Stony Shore. Actually, to the Carhold maybe is more strategic, right? Let's do that. We get a +1 to the Carhold against that knight. So let's do a Stark and a Baratheon. It's 2, 3, 4 to 3. Starks also get Rouse Bolton for 4, and they get Stannis Baratheon. So again, they are routed back. They lose 1 from the sword of Rouse Bolton, and they get to move retreating. They'll have to retreat this back to Dragonstone. Let's say that. And we can place this token back. Let me just check Stannis Baratheon. If you belong to the support column, remove support orders. Okay, no support orders here. Okay, now finally wrapping up, we can do our resolve, consolidate powers. So Stark will get an extra power token for their this crown. Greyjoy will get 1 as well. The Sunspear gets 1 for the Boneway. Oh, I didn't get Hightower in yet, so let's just give the Hightower ones out. Lannisters have them as well. And any other ones? Lannister also will consolidate a power token. And actually, the Boneway, they get 2. 1 for the card and 1 for the printed space. As does Pike. So get an additional 1. Okay, so that's good. So we'll go ahead and clean up orders now. Just kind of go clean up these. And that's going to do it for round 1. Guys, thanks for watching. As I clean this up, you guys can go ahead and click into turn number 2. We'll take care of round 2. and we'll continue the game. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next round. Take care. Bye-bye.